I want to let you know next week I'll be back on a regular solo episode, and I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you then. We could just do a little bit of mano y mano or mano y womano as well. We'll include everybody. This week, February 2nd, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. And February 3rd, I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, America. February 5th, I'll be in Orlando. That's this week. So you can grab those tickets, theovon.com/tour. I'm also in Tampa, and then I'll be in Lafayette, Indiana. That's sold out. 2/25, I'll be in Rockford, Illinois. That's February 25th. February 26th in Chicago at the Chicago Theater. Very excited. And yeah, Rockford, Illinois, home of the Rockford Peaches, a feminine baseball group that did it all, almost won it all. I think they won it. TheoVon.com/tour, TOUR for tickets. Don't get tickets from any third-party sites. Only go through TheoVon.com/tour. If you're paying a ridiculous amount of money for a ticket, it's probably because it's some aftermarket site, some peddler, grifter. We also have the new I'm Upstairs collection available in hoodies, long sleeves, and tees. I wore my black hoodie yesterday that says it. I'm upstairs. And the Be Good to Yourself collection as well, always available. Go to theovonstore.com. Thank you guys so much for your support. Coming to see the shows and any merchandise or anything. I love you. Today's episode is being taped at Howie Mandel's studio out here in California. So we're taping it here, and we're grateful to Howie Mandel for that. Thank you. Today's guest is a friend of mine. He's a deer man. And I don't mean he's a hunter or anything. I mean he's just a deer man. And he is he's one half of the podcasting duo Hey Babe that he hosts with Sal Vulcano. And he is both halves of his solo podcast, Chrissy Chaos, that you can check out. He is currently touring in cities on his Chrissy Theaters Everywhere Tour, the CTE Tour. Tickets are available at Chris D Comedy. He and I have a long history of podcasting together. This one's right in time for Valentine's Day, man. We're going to talk about love. And I'm grateful that he's here. My friend, Mr. Chris Distefano.
For me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you. And I've been moving way too fast.
You know. But Chrissy D, you know what I mean? Motherfucking Chrissy D, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. You're not wearing bracelets like that unless you're doing something, you know what I mean?
What is that? Is that Bloomingdale's? Where'd you get it?
Got that Amazon, but you know what I mean? 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what carat is that? Is that 30?
Might be 30.
That's a good amount.
Yes, sir. And I got a chain.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got a chain too.
Cuban link bracelet. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, that's, you're adding shows at a funny bone with that.
Yeah. Oh, look. And you're married still to your wife, right?
Yes. Well, we're not married, but we have children. So we're married in the eyes of God.
And did you know when you were going to be in love? Like, did you know, like when you, take me to it for real and be honest with me. Cause I've been thinking a lot about love and like, how do I get, being just jumping in and being like, I'm in love, and like I don't have a girlfriend or anything right now, but it's like.
Really?
Yeah, but I've been thinking about.
It's tough to be single with a jacket like that because I'm soaked.
Oh, thanks, man.
You look good in it, man.
I think it was one of those like Andre Agassi collection things.
No, it's Money in the Bank jacket. I really like the jacket.
Thanks. I actually saw a man with it who did skydiving. Is the first time that I ever saw it.
Yeah, it looks like something like Whitney Houston would wear, but I love Whitney Houston.
Really?
Yes. Whitney Houston is my number one. I was watching the Whitney Houston documentary on the plane coming out here.
Oh, is it good?
Fully crying in Delta economy.
Ooh.
Woo. I've told you, bro, I'm adding shows at Funny Bones.
Yeah.
So-
that's good, dude. If you, what were we talking about?
You were asking me about love and
Yeah.
you want to find.
Did you know?
Okay. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
All right? This is for real. In 2014, when I met.
Okay, hold on. What was the climate of the world in 2014?
2014.
People were kind of getting along pretty far.
We were getting along. We had
America.
Obama as president. You know, there were no problems on the horizon. You know,
Right.
China was starting to act up a little bit. You're starting to hear, you know,
Always,
like
yeah.
China was always like, watch them a little bit.
Yeah.
But we really didn't have the problems we have right now. You know, we were
Okay.
2 years away from being saved by Trump, and now we're back in the bullshit. But
Yeah.
so it was kind of like a little bit of a glory days, but I was single. I
Okay.
had been single for 6 months.
Had you been dating kind of vigorously? Had you been doing sex a lot?
Again, just being completely 100% vulnerable and honest. From the time from January of 2014
Okay.
until August of 2014. Yes.
To early winter.
I contracted chlamydia so many times that my primary care doctor gave me my own prescription of azithromycin, which is what cures chlamydia, almost like a male birth control. He said, anytime it just hurts a little bit to pee, just take this. He said, because I can't stop you. He said, and it's amazing you don't have herpes, AIDS, or syphilis, but you got chlamydia. Like, I've never gotten COVID once.
You were really...
But I get chlamydia. Like, chlamydia is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were...
And so he was...
scoring chlamydia. You
Yes.
were the John Moran of
Yeah,
chlamydia.
I would pee in a cup and he would go like that, like it was a hot potato, because my urine was 100 degrees. You know what I mean? so
Damn it.
yeah.
This thing, it looks a little bouillabaisse.
Yeah.
That's when it's bad, boy.
I remember one time,
When you got that chicken noodle piss.
yeah, chicken noodle piss with chlamydia on the side. So I remember one time I gave him a cup of my urine and I said, "Is it bad?" And he goes,
Very
"Feel
biblical.
it." He goes, "Feel it. What do you think?" And I was like, "It's a little warm." He goes, "Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that."
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah." He went. So okay, so get to August of
You were
20.
serving hot.
So let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And listen, at that time, you know, I was, you know, there was a lot of beautiful women. I was recently single. I you know, I was out there in the world with comedy, and I was hooking up with beautiful women and having a good time. I had a beautiful apartment in Long Island City, New York. I had a view of the city. I was really, really like being free and single for the first time in my life.
Were
Right?
you on the apps, or were you just meeting women at shows?
Just meeting women at shows on Instagram. I never did any of those apps.
Wow.
Never once.
I like it. Okay.
I did
So you're basically
Raya
a Native
once.
American, basically, of dating.
I was Native American. I was hunting buffalo, and some of them were buffalo.
Yeah.
But I don't discriminate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got some gazelles, some buffaloes. It depends.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've been with some
Yeah,
wounded antelope. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I had sex with a woman who was on dialysis. You know,
Oh, wow. Is that good for them?
that's good. Well, she'd be dead without it. She was in her mid-40s on dialysis. She was actually a friend of my father's, and they met at dialysis, and I wound up having sex with her. It wasn't a proud moment,
Yeah.
but I did. And because I was just in that time in 2014, I was finding women that felt empty like me, that
Wow.
were, you know, having sex.
I don't fuck anybody out of like a urgent care or nothing.
You won't do it?
No.
Yeah,
I don't do it, man. My sister works at them. I've seen
Yeah,
some behind the scenes. I'm not doing that shit.
yeah. Nah, I
If
get it.
somebody's rolling out of an urgent care, I'm not fucking.
You're not gonna. I know having sex with a woman on dialysis was. I don't want to say it was a low point, but you know, I mean, it was dangerous because you know she had blurred vision and shit, and I was like, you know, I don't even know if she's. Are you
Remember that
really?
song? You know you want it.
Yeah.
I bought a Falcon.
Yeah. So August of 2004. This serious.
Take me there. All
August
right.
of 2004. I'm sorry, July of 2014. It was July 6th.
Okay.
My boy Pat Finnegan, Patty Flyball, shout
Yeah.
out. He just fell down the stairs yesterday and had a laceration on his chin. He
Ooh.
tripped over his dog leash. So shout out him. He said
Very
he
Irish of him.
lost consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to a place in Brooklyn. It was called Place to Beach in Coney Island, Brooklyn.
Okay. And did you sand volleyball?
They have in sand volleyball, and this is a place in Brooklyn where this isn't like gentrified woke Brooklyn. This was like where native New Yorkers are going. Okay, you know, you had the Puerto Ricans and the Italians going out there. It's Coney Island, like Coney Island is like it's not gentrified, man. That's real New York City. Like you got to be from New York to even know where these spots are at. That was one of those spots. I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for. I was out there maybe going to.
Why'd you go that day?
because Pat Finnegan had told me, he's like, yo, my sister's there with her friends.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go meet my sister's friends, because her sister's a beautiful girl. And we were like, okay, yeah, we'll go, we'll have fun, drink. I had a show at the Creek in the Cave, RIP, the Creek in the Cave. It was in Queens, New York at the time. I was supposed to have a show at the Creek in the Cave at 8 o'clock. I said, let's go to that place at 5.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll have a couple of drinks. I was drinking strawberry vodka. I was drinking strawberry vodkas, and I said, let's get drunk. We'll drive my Jeep Grand Cherokee out there, and then, you know, we'll take the bus to the creek if we can't drive.
I got a Grand Cherokee.
See? Similarities. So, and we both got 80s jackets on.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude. And I got that bracelet.
I don't have it.
So we're in there, and again, not looking for anything. And again, I was at the point, you know, a lot of beautiful women.
Were you feeling hopeful?
I remember I was feeling good.
Yeah.
I felt I was wearing the right shorts and the right shirt, that I felt like I was in better shape than I actually was. I felt tight, even though I had eaten pizza and carbs, but I felt tight and good.
Yeah, I love that when your shirt does that for you.
Because, you know, like right now I don't feel good. I feel fat. I feel bloated. I'm just trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel good, man, because I had a muffin this morning. But
yeah.
So I had 2 muffins this morning, actually.
Okay.
And a jalapeno cheese bagel. And I had cold oatmeal on the plane. What can you do? I'm Chrissy Carbs.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
really...
I went in. I probably had 4,000 calories. It's barely 3 o'clock.
Damn, dude, and it's not even February yet.
I know, dude. So I eat. Like, my drug is I eat too much. And, you know, but what can I do?
So you're on strawberry vodkas. You have a nice fit on.
Yeah.
You're there. And are y'all doing activities? What are you doing?
No, so we're in the bar, literally just listening to, you know, the house music, you know, trying to talk to girls, dancing, just being stupid. And I go to take a piss. They had a porta potty there.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so I go to take a piss.
I like a porta potty, dude, because it's almost like you feel brave when you even go piss. You're like, you're not like Magellan, but you're like, I'm going to try. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something different.
And it was, and the porta potty is the only time in my life before COVID that anytime I use a porta potty, I would look to wash my hands or Purell, because 100% of the time, even if I dutied, I would never wash my hands before COVID. I was like, I don't need to wash my hands unless I was in a porta potty. So with the porta potty,
the hard part is getting the door open. You almost got to kick it with your foot and let it bounce a little, and then catch it with your foot.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to act like you don't have hands, like you just got nubs. Yeah. So I'm there. I pee.
To not have hands.
I come out. I met a guy. I used to be a physical therapist. I had a patient, I should say, that was just a torso.
Let's don't say is it called a patient if you're a physical therapist?
Yes, no, they would call us patients. And we technically have doctorate degrees. I mean, I have a doctorate degree. I would never call myself doctor. Some of my, classmates did, and that's bullshit. But they were called patients, and I met he was a torso. Just a torso. He had no arms, no legs. And he was a hermaphrodite.
Does he speak at churches?
No. I think he's no longer with us, but he was just a full torso.
Oh, wow.
And it was crazy to see, but he would maneuver it, like he would get shit done, just rolling around.
Fucking Sternum Ernie out there.
Yeah, it was wild, dude.
That's crazy. And does he have a spine or not, or just like a rib cage?
No, he had a full head, spine, everything, but he was just think about like a mannequin with no arms, no legs. Just think about
hold on. You're talking so fast, it's hard for me to know.
Sorry. Well, it's because
think about a
Fuji
mannequin.
Apple Celsius.
Sorry. I'm sorry. So thinking about a mannequin, all right, and what else?
No arms, no legs.
All right.
Head, brain, spine.
Okay.
Tattoo on his rib cage.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yep. And he was having I think it was shoulder issues because
easily.
Neck, shoulder, because
it's all you got left.
It's just his neck. Yeah. And he was born that way, by the way. He wasn't in an accident. And this is true. I could probably prove it to you. He was also a hermaphrodite.
Oh, wow.
So he was blind in one eye. This is I'm not making any of this up. I can't say his name because that's against HIPAA.
Yeah.
But he is the patient. If anyone who worked with me at NYU in summer, spring, or whatever it was of 2010, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably not a lot of it, and that's No,
I think you got big. I mean, my people I work with are big fans of yours. Yeah, absolutely.
Someone could be listening.
So with that being said,
So you're there?
I'm there. It's July 6th of 2014.
Okay.
I see who's going to eventually become the mother of my 2 beautiful children.
Wow.
And so when I saw her, dude, I'll never forget. I saw her. I was drinking a strawberry vodka. having fun. I was probably, on an app looking for Domino's pizza. I'm always, anytime I drink, even though New York City has the best Italian food, every time I drink, I always want Pizza Hut and Domino's. I think it's just pain. It's just a cycle of pain. It's like, I want to look in the mirror and be like, you fucking suck. You eat that Domino's, bitch.
Oh, yeah,
like something like that.
Like BDSM?
Yeah, it's like a suicidal thing,
Yeah, like Italian BDSM?
Yes. So I see her, and she's like dancing, and it was one of those things where it was like almost like in a movie where I was like I truthfully, I was like, my heart like stopped. Like I was like it's the only time I ever felt that in my life.
Wow.
Where I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, like the beauty was like floored. And again, like I said, I said everything before. I had, we're talking to beautiful women, and Ben, so she was beautiful. Like, there were other girls, but there was something different about her. And I said to my boy, Patty Fly Balls, he was chewing on a straw. And I said to him,
I do that.
I said to him, I said, dude, look at how beautiful that woman is. And he was like, I know, she's amazing. And I was like,
he agreed.
He agreed. And I was like,
that's nice of him.
I said, that literally is the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I can't even think right now. And he was like, bro, relax.
What'd you do then? You left?
No. So he goes, dude, yeah, she's a smoking hot Puerto Rican chick. Like, I get it. Like, and I said, I got to go up and talk to her. I said, I literally was like inside of me. I was like, if I do not talk to her, like this is going to bother me for the rest of my fucking life. Like, I'm never going to forget this woman. So I go up to her and I say, listen, I said, I saw you from across.
Was the music loud? Was it hard to get her attention?
That part I don't remember because I was enamored. Because you know what was amazing about her? She was so beautiful, and obviously is so beautiful. But the thing is, what I focus on is she has a chipped tooth. I was looking at her chipped tooth because I was like, wow. You're like from afar, like you don't notice you have a chipped tooth, but then when I get closer, it's almost like the chipped tooth. It even made it more beautiful because it's like it's unique. It's almost like a hot chick with a scar. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I like this. This is unique.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to buy a vowel or something.
Yeah, like one of the most beautiful women I've ever met besides her has no pinkies. And I was like, and she's a smoke show, but she's got no pinkies and she hides them. But you don't meet people that don't have pinkies. Yeah, and she doesn't have them. But she's gorgeous.
Wow, it's almost like a sloth almost.
Yes, she's...
Dude, I'll tell you this. First girl I ever kissed had a chipped tooth.
Yep.
And they made us kiss. We were in love, man. Or I don't know if we were in love, but we lived near each other.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes. That's what being in love was and being married was in ancient times. You just knew the people in your village. Yeah. That's why this whole concept of a soulmate, there's 9 billion people in this world and we're all connected through Mark Zuckerberg, the God.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole idea of a soulmate and a one and only, that's ancient tribe bullshit. This is not new world thinking because we're all connected, man. You knew about 15 people back in the day.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So with Jasmine, I walked up to her and I said, I can't stop like looking at you.
Wow.
I said, do you have a boyfriend?
You went full psychopath with the first line. I can't stop looking at you.
Yeah. I might have even whispered it.
Oh, man. You should have had somebody write it on your back with a marker and just pull your shirt up.
Yeah, I went full psycho. Wow. Because I was just so... And
that's love, brother. That's what I'm telling you. That's love, man.
Yeah. And I said to her, is there any way I could just buy you a drink? And she said, you could, but my boyfriend is here. So then I was like, whoa. Because I got a rule, man. If you got a boyfriend, I don't mess with that. Right. Or a husband, like I think that's bad karma. I would never want that. I don't mess with that. Like there's plenty of fish in the sea. But something about her, where I was like, I almost feel like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care that, like I almost have to be like, I don't care at all that you have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I have to take a chance. Even if this guy kills me, because I'm sure based off what you look like, you probably have like some Guido, like convict, murderer, Brooklyn Italian boyfriend, which I was right.
Volleyball playing too.
Yep.
My stepdad found out that some lady was getting married that he used to have a huge crush on. Mm-hmm. And he went over, he was at a bar or something that night. He found out she's got engaged. And he drove over to the house and went up on her porch like in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And said, look, I got all these feelings for you and blah, blah, blah. And she didn't care.
Right.
And while he was up there, somebody burned his car in the fucking street and set his car on fire. So he fucking was there and literally his car's burning, which is a horrible look if you're trying to tell somebody like that you're the guy for them. You know, it's just like.
In my car. And then you come back with a bicycle.
Yeah, you're not the guy.
Yeah, no way, dude.
You're not the guy.
How did your car set on fire?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Either he just left a cigarette in the dash or something had happened, you know.
Yeah.
But online shopping isn't slowing down anytime soon. That's right. It's here to stay. Fortunately or unfortunately, I kind of miss the old days, but the old days are just that. Is your business ready to keep up the pace with with the updated online shopping? Well, ShipStation can help. You'll never worry about shipping again. You don't want to be worrying about shipping. You're already worrying about making a good product. Make the switch to a solution that handles all your shipping needs. ShipStation. Keep track of orders on your phone from any sales channel. Manage every order. Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website. If you're selling knuckle covers, Lonnie'sKnuckleCovers.com or something, and you got to get a batch of K covers out to somebody, they'll help. ShipStation makes shipping easy. 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using it for as long as they're in business. Use my offer code Theo to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in THEO. ShipStation. Make ship happen. You know, it's tough to keep things fresh. You know, especially to keep your body fresh. Dang, that's hard. Get that fresh body. You show up, you look like you've been in the crisper drawer in your refrigerator. People say, damn, boy, you looking real lettucey. You looking real perfectly kempt. Fitness will keep you fresh. And who can do it? I'll tell you who can do it is Peloton. They're helping out. They've got a lot of fresh ideas over there. They got boxing now. They've got new music selections. They've got more daily workout variety. That's right. Peloton is not just the Peloton bike and Peloton Bike Plus, though those are great. They got new classes now, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. They have boxing. Even if you've never boxed, you don't fight. If you never fought anybody after school, if you ever never fought your wife or stepmother or husband, these classes will have you working up a sweat, working on the fundamentals of the form and the footwork. New artists, music selection collabs. They've got it from hip hop to rock and roll to EDM. That's right. Peloton has a workout for every day and every schedule, all types. Check them out. Bike workouts, yoga, meditation, dance, cardio, and more. Go to onepeloton.com. That's OnePeloton.com. So,
you know, she says, I got a boyfriend. And I said, I won't be deterred. Not on this one. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to stick around and fight this out. And for like an hour, I would, kept drinking. And I was just like, you know what, man? Like, I got to, and I know she was talking to the bartender. And so the bartender turned out to be one of her close friends, still is one of her close friends. And so I said to the bartender, I said, what is it going to take for me?
Yeah.
What is it going to take for me to get your friend to like look at me and notice me? I was like, does she really have a boyfriend? And she was like, I can't answer that. And I was like, oh, so they're playing games.
Mystery.
She may not have a boyfriend.
What's it called?
Misdirect?
No, I think it's called like a turn of events.
A turn of events. So she says, I can't. I can't answer that. I said, well, what's it going to take? And she was like, she loves dancing. She was like, and she's Puerto Rican. Like, you got to come up with some type of.
Yeah, they love dancing.
Like you got to dance. Like, do you know how to do bachata? And I said, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So I Googled bachata and I told them, because she had the music, she's the bartender. I said, let me look at some shit.
Let me YouTube a couple steps.
Let me YouTube some stuff. And so I said, and my boy was like, yo, dude, remember that scene in Along Came Polly when Ben Stiller started dancing Spanish?
Yeah.
And that's how he got his woman. So we watched that scene and I played that song from that movie.
No.
Yes. So I played that song and I'm like, I'm just going to come up to her and dance with her. And then,
God, bro, this is freaking getting good.
Yeah, dude. So she said, so the the bartender was like, I'm going to play that song for you and you come up with those dance moves.
No, were you
dude.
scared?
Yeah, bro, I was mad nervous.
Did you go outside and warm up, or did you just warm up right? You just
I was
warm up in your
drinking, so
head?
I was like having fun with it. You know, I was like, whatever, dude, this is going to be great.
Yeah. And you got nothing to lose because you're sitting there with a drinking with an Irish man.
Yeah, dude, a couple of Irish men actually. Yeah. So I start, so they play that song.
Nothing's further from them being happily married than sitting somewhere with two Irish dudes drinking, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That is the complete opposite of it.
Yeah. So, oh, dude, and two Irish men listening to the Mets games with the headphones on, like you know, like they were watching the Mets game, like they were trying to get the Mets score.
Yeah.
And so I just did that. I did that dance, played that song. She kind of giggled, and she goes, "That was a nice attempt." She goes, "That was a nice attempt." And she goes, "How about this? I'll tell you my name." So she tells me her name. And I was like, okay. And she goes, and then what? It almost was like it was a setup, but I swear to God, it wasn't. I had been on a show on MTV called Guy Code and Girl Code, which is relatively still popular at that time.
Yeah, I remember with Jessime and the other
Carly and Andrew Schultz and all those guys and girls. So somebody came up to me and wanted a picture with me from that show, and then she was like, "Why do they want a picture with you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm on a show on MTV." And she was like, "How old are you?" I was like, 30. And she was like, "And you still aren't watching MTV?" And I was like, "No, I'm not watching it. I'm just on the show."
Yeah. That's fine, man. You're not a bad guy. That's just a business choice.
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working. She said that, the Puerto Rican girl?
Yeah, she said that to me. She was like, "What do you want?"
Right.
And so I said, "I'm just
I don't
working."
think they trust a lot of television. Puerto Ricans are more real life.
Yes. Yeah. Like if I was working at a gas station or something like that, she'd be more like, "This is my kind of guy."
Right.
But so she was like, "Okay." And then she said, "What's the show?" And I told her, and she goes, "All right, maybe I'll look it up one day." And I was like, "Okay."
That could take forever, dude. She's so vague. Doesn't she know we only have a lifetime?
I know, dude. So then she goes, she was like fucking with me. So she goes, "All right." She goes,
"Look at this. Hold on."
She goes, "I'm leaving." She goes, I got to get home. She goes, "I got to get home to my son." Oh. So when she said that.
Drop the S-bomb, huh?
She dropped the S-bomb. So in my heart, I
got to get home to my chlamydia.
Yeah. I said, if you get, because already then, I said, okay. I said, well, the first thing I said, is that you have a son with your boyfriend? She goes, "No." And I said, is the son's father around? I said, is he deceased? Yeah. And she was like, "Why would you want him to be deceased?" I was like, "I don't. I was just hoping that he was, so I could step in and be a stepdad." Like I just said that immediately. And she was like, "You're like crazy." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "He's still in the picture." I was like, "Okay." So, but when she said that to me, I already felt inferior to him. So I said to myself in my heart and head at that moment, I said, the first time I have sex with this woman, I'm not pulling out. I need to get her pregnant too to even the playing field. That's how nuts I was.
So you went full Puerto Rican.
And that's eventually what I did. FYI.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I met her in August of 2014. We conceived July of 2014. My daughter Delilah was conceived in August. I have a 6.5-year-old daughter.
2014?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
My daughter was born in May of 2015.
Wow.
So
you purposely impregnated her?
1,000%.
Wow.
Yeah, because I felt so inferior to this guy I didn't even know, and I was like, "This is the woman of my dreams.
I'm going to play hardball.
I need this."
He's got one on the board. I'm going to get one on the board.
I said, "Yeah," and now I got two on the board. Now I got a second kid, so now I'm like 2-1, motherfucker. So it's psychotic. This is how I live my life.
Yeah.
So I
like this.
Yeah, dude. I went all in because everyone was like, "You're crazy," and I was like,
I feel like I'm in an Uber X with no brakes. Right now.
Dude. I was like, "Yeah, maybe I am."
Yeah.
So then finally, I'll never forget. Yeah. I was at Minnesota at Target Field. I was at the MLB All-Star game. Okay. Watching the game, Derek Jeter's final MLB All-Star game. I'm a huge Yankees fan.
Oh, yeah.
I get a message from Instagram message from an account I wasn't sure of. And it was just a dog laying on the floor like this. Just it looked like a dead dog. So I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is wild. And then it said, "This is me giving in." She said, "This is me giving in."
Wow.
And she goes, and she gave me her phone number besides the last digit. She goes, so she was really, making me
like
work.
That movie Memento or whatever.
Yes, she gave me the last digit. So I went through all the digits went through all of them, and I just texted this number, and I just kept trying that digit until and most of them were like, who is this? Some of them were in other languages. Somebody sent me back Chinese symbols, and then finally, so I was like, could that be her? I was like, Jazz? So then finally I got the digit. The last digit was actually a 0. I started at 1 like an idiot, and then 0. If I would just started with 0, I would have nailed it on the first try. So I finally got her, and she said, look, she broke down. She was like, I have a son. I'm not looking for anything serious, but she goes, you seem like a funny guy. She was like, I looked up your stuff. It's pretty funny. She was like, I was the guy that I was with. She was like, it was a casual, stupid thing. She was like, if you want to take me out, I have to make arrangements for my son. I'm free, next Saturday.
Now, was there a lot of pressure? Because if somebody says they got a son, and then because you're almost like, if you take somebody out that has a son, you got to have a little bit more of a plan or like be real serious at that.
Yeah, well, he was 3 at the time, and when she opened the door for me,
you could hear him.
No, he showed up in his karate outfit.
No.
He had a karate outfit on with his orange belt, with a headband on, and he was holding.
He probably had hatred, or why would he have? Why would he be dressed like that?
Saying he was holding a Mott's apple juice, just looking at me.
And why was he dressed like that?
Because I think he just wanted to let him know, like let me know that he knows karate if I mess with his mom.
Fuck, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy, dude. I've since, he's my stepson now. He lives with me. So he's, Jasmine has since told me, like, he put that on when I told him Mommy's going to go out with a friend, and he was like, is it a guy? And when she said yes, that he put it on.
Every time he smells apple juice, he just breaks a board in the living room.
Yeah, and he still ice grills the shit out of me.
Wow.
Every time I give him his breakfast and stuff.
Wow, cool.
He's still like, dude, never forget you ain't my dad.
So you took her out. Where'd you take her?
So that's what happened. So I took her out.
Because this is good for me, man, because I want to be in love, Mm-hmm. So I want to know what do I do to get there?
So what happened is I took her. To at that time I was performing at a place called McGuire's Comedy Club at the end of Long Island. That's the Saturday. I said, listen, would you like to come to a comedy show? I picked her up. I had a Toyota Corolla, but it was a nice one. But it was a nice one, dude. It was like a 2000.
Do they have a nice one?
It was a 2014, had automatic windows. A lot of them have the roll-ups, but I had automatic windows at the time and locks.
Right when she's walking up the car, do you do all 4 windows down just to show where they all do it?
Yeah, well, no, I got out of the car. I rang the bell like proper gentleman. I had a rose for her that I bought from the Chinese man on the corner. Yes, I had a rose for her, and she was like, that's sweet. And I was like, thanks. And then I told her, I was like, this isn't my real car. And she was like, where's your real car? I was like, it's up here. I was like, we're going to get my real car. Like, I was being honest, but I was like saying like, this is just stay with me because I'm telling you, I'm going places, right?
Oh, wow.
But I was like, we're in a Toyota now, but stay with me. I was like, and there's nobody at this show, but I was like, trust me, one day I'm going to have a gold bracelet. And
did you really tell her all this?
I swear to God, I was like, and she was like, you don't have to build yourself up. She was like, I think it's cool you do comedy. I think it's brave. She was like, I don't care if you have a Toyota. Like, it's a nice car.
Yeah, she's like, I have a son.
Yeah, she was like, whatever. Yeah, she was like, I take the bus to work. Yeah. She was like, I have a tattoo on my tit. Like, this is nice, Yeah. So I said, she has a butterfly tattoo on her tit. But I love that. So she said, so we go out there, we go to the show, and it was in like a shopping mall. Nobody there.
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough.
And that's tough to bring a girl to a place that used to be like a Radio Shack or whatever, where they do jujitsu during the day.
Yeah, it was bad. It was next to a diner, so it was bad. So, but I had a pretty decent set for about 15 people in Bohemia, New York, and Suffolk County, Long Island. I had a pretty decent set, and I said at the end of the set, I said, I want to introduce you to my new girl. And I said, let's bring up to the stage Miss Jasmine.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. And she couldn't believe that I did that. And she was in the back, like, she was like, I'm not going on stage. I was like, baby, come on stage with me. I was like, come over here.
Yeah.
Come on stage.
Let's walk into the future.
Yes. And then she walked up the stairs and people, the guy was like, woo, like whistling at or whatever. And I was like,
who was that? Black guy?
No, man, it's my crowd. No blacks. So it was Bohemia, Long Island. They can only go to a certain point on Long Island.
Oh, really?
I mean?
Doesn't get real urban after a certain.
Yeah, you can't do it. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding, by the way. I have a very culturally diverse fan base. It's like a community college.
Same. I was just wondering who would do the whistle. I'm trying to think.
Italian guys. It was Italian. Italian guys will whistle. She's Puerto Rican. Beautiful girl.
Italian sauce brothers, basically.
Yes, the Sauce Brothers. So I gave her a kiss right there on the lips. Dude, a fucking tap.
In front of everyone?
Yeah, dude, I put the pressure on. I'd be in prison for that today. You know, it was forced and all that. Yeah, but that was 2014. There were no rules back then. You know what I mean? It was still the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
That'd be a Me Too.
100% Me Too. And maybe it still will come back to be. We'll see if she writes a book. So I kissed her, and then we got back in the car, and I was like, was that crazy that I did that? She was like, it was, but she was like, I like that you're brave. And I was like, wow. So then I drove her back home. I drove her back home. And I said, listen, I said, I'm not going to come upstairs. And she was like, don't even fuck around with me. She was like, you're not coming upstairs. I was like, I just want to let you know I'm the one telling you I'm not that kind of guy. She was like laughing, whatever.
Wow.
Then the second date, which was 2 days later, I took her to a Fat Joe concert at
Lean Back, dude.
Lean Back. And I had known Fat Joe because we were co-hosting a show for Major League Baseball at the time. So he brought me on stage and brought her backstage, and Puerto Rican connection. So then I was like,
Fat Joe's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Fat Joe's Puerto Rican, Jasmine's Puerto Rican. I was like, we're gonna have sex tonight.
Done.
I was like, we're gonna have sex tonight. So
damn.
That first night though, dude, I was so nervous and so enamored by her love and who she was that I couldn't get my penis up.
Yeah.
I was just smushing my penis.
I've been like that since I was 11.
I couldn't get it up, man. Nothing, dude. I was even trying to watch Sports Center and everything, and my dick would not get hard, bro.
Dude, I remember drawing a hard dick and showing it to my dick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it.
I could not get hard, man. I was doing that. I was watching the Williams sisters.
Like a Rorschach chart or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Rorschach?
Yeah. I just couldn't get it up. And then she got embarrassed for herself. She was like, is it me? Like, what's going on? I was like, no, I was like, you're almost so beautiful and I'm so into you that it's having a counterbalance effect. And she was like, oh man. And I was like, I'm embarrassed. And she was like, I'm embarrassed for you. Like,
damn,
she was like, I'm ready to go.
Shame, huh?
Yeah, she was like,
but she said, I'm ready to go.
She was like, I'm drinking. No, meaning ready to go, ready to have sex. She's like, I've been drinking Bacardi all night. You just introduced me to Fat Joe. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wore my
she told you that point blank?
She said, she was like, you just introduced me to Fat Joe. I did take her to Sbarro's, but that was the only thing that was open.
I know, lady. I want to have sex too.
Yeah, but it wouldn't get up.
I know.
And my balls are so long that like when I have like a soft penis like that, like it looked like I have an issue down there. And I hadn't shaved my pubes. So she was a little bit like, are you ready or are you not? She's like, your balls are like hanging past your kneecaps. You have a full bush and you can't get your dick hard. You know,
hell yeah, dude. Them long nuts, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Baby God, dude.
But I said, I got
the devil's mistletoe, son.
So I said to her, can I just, because her son wasn't with her. Her son, I guess, was with his father that night. She had the night. So I said, nothing like, I said, will you mind slipping over?
Double Dragon conference, probably, dude.
His son was ready to go. His son was, buying AK-47s.
So you're at her place.
No, she's at my place.
Okay. And she's staying over.
So now she's staying over because I said to her, can I convince you to stay? Because she was like, maybe I'll just go, whatever, like give you some time.
Can I convince you to stay even if I can't get erect?
Yes, because what I was counting on was morning wood. I said, at least I know for a fact every day since I've been 12, I wake up with a hard on. Normally
that
when
Ernest
I pee,
Hemingway, dude.
I pee it out. I always pee out my morning wood, but I said, I'm going to try to have sex with her. Even if what comes out is just piss, even if I pee in her vagina, at least I got it hard and I could show her what's up.
Yeah.
Because when I'm hard, I'm very decent. And I have I've been told one of the best circumcisions like people have ever seen.
Really?
Not one mistake, do not a scar, nothing. And if I get a couple of warts or two, it's way bigger.
It looks like that, like Charlie Brown's shirt, kind of a little, the cut, you know?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So I have a nice. So I was like, when I get it up, man, it's good.
You got that eyes-out Gant, huh?
Smooth skin. It's a little red at the tip, like it's nice and really white, like
I got to redo mine, I guess.
I want to get my foreskin put back on.
Oh, really?
My mother still has it. My mother has my foreskin and my first poop and my first hair from my first haircut in a box underneath my childhood bed, which has remained untouched. You almost would think I'm dead because she hasn't changed my room since I left.
Wow.
So I said, that's my only hope.
I can't believe she did that.
The morning wood.
Yeah.
So I woke up. She had to wake up and go to work. So she set the alarm at 7 a.m.
Oh, an alarm. Here's my thing. Alarm makes my dick soft.
Really?
Yeah. So I have to I just any alerts or anything, I can't do it. If there's broken glass in the room.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
So I said to her, I was ready to go. I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to do this. So I just went down. I just went down.
Wow.
And I just went down.
But are you erect yet? Or are you just hoping it gets hard while you're down there?
No, it was fully erect.
Oh,
and then it started to go down a little bit because I started to get nervous while I was going down on her. Yeah. So I just started dry humping my bed. I just started dry humping my bed to make, so while I'm going down, I'm dry humping my bed, and she's like, are you having a seizure? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Like, and then I just popped up and I put it in, and you know, it was like, you know, I was like, oh shit, I'm in. And then it felt like, you know,
responsibility.
And then I was in there, and then I had to pee, and I knew every time when if I masturbated, had sex with a woman, and I hadn't peed, and I came, I would get some type of infection, not chlamydia, like some type of UTI or something.
Yeah,
and I said, I know I'm
Male
gonna get a UTI, but I said, you know what, man? I said I have to level the playing field with this guy, so I'm gonna not pull out. So I didn't pull out.
And you ejaculated.
Yes, and I ejaculated.
But how do you get the ejaculation past the urine?
It just will, man.
Wow.
Just pure will. I believed it could happen. So I pushed out and I filled her up with pee. And
did you tell her you were going to?
She was like, I was like, I'm gonna come. And she was like, and then she was like, oh, you know, like went to like push me off, and I just, you know,
you stayed on?
in. Yeah, because it felt so good. Yeah. And she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm sorry, you know, whatever. And she was like, well, let's go get, you know, the pill. And I said, yes, of course. So we go get it.
The same day?
Yeah, right away.
Gosh, I had a lot of time left over then if she had to go to work.
Ready for this though?
Yeah.
We're driving into CVS, right?
In the Corolla?
In the Corolla. 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute drive. We're in the Corolla. About minute 8, she you know what she says to me? She goes, I'm pregnant. And I said, you're not pregnant. She goes, I've been pregnant before. I'm fucking telling you, I'm pregnant. She goes, I just got lightheaded out of nowhere. I think your sperm just hit my egg. And I was like, and I was like, no way, that's impossible.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
It's like this is your brain on drugs commercial.
Yeah, like I was like a direct hit, like a fucking bullseye.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm pregnant. And I was like, you're not. So we go get the pill. She takes it. I saw her take it, whatever. We go and she was like, listen, it happens, whatever. She's like, I'd love to see you again. Like, I'm actually starting to like you. So now I'm like, holy shit.
Did she take the pill there in real time, or you let her leave with the pill?
No, she took it in real time. Yeah. She dropped it down, and yeah.
Why, dude?
Because she wanted to take the pill. Like, you know, I want, you know what I mean? So that was August. Okay. September 11th, 2014, I was doing a show at Side Splitters in Tampa. Shout out Tampa. The owner of that comedy club, I remember that night, had told me I just punched a woman in the face in the parking lot the night before, and he was proud of that.
They do that.
Yeah. So I remember, that's what I remember.
That's Tampa, dude. That's the Tampa national anthem.
He goes, yo, you want to see the footage? I knocked some woman out in the parking lot the other night. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, great. Then he goes, I bet your whole paycheck you can't make me laugh on the Saturday Late Show. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, you're a dirtbag criminal. So yeah, and then the comedy condo he had put me and Damian Lemon. Shout out Damian Lemon. The comedy condo he had put me and Damian Lemon at had a tooth in the sink.
Oh
yeah, so we had called our manager and we got out. You know, we got found a nice hotel room in Clearwater, but it had a tooth in the sink.
Oh
yeah,
damn,
so it was
dude,
disgusting.
The fucking Dexter suite.
Yeah, and there were 2 of us, and one of us had to sleep on a pull-out sofa.
Yeah.
So that's September 11, 2014. I'm down there. I was talking.
You weren't sleeping on
I was
it,
talking to
that's for sure.
Jasmine a lot, you know, but had no plans for her to come to Tampa. And she called me that morning, September 11th. She goes, hey, I was thinking I'm going to come out to Tampa. Like, you know, it'd be cool to be in Florida. I said, yeah, come on, you know, come out. Yeah, whatever. She was like, I'm going to come out. I'm going to see if I can make it there for your late show. I'm going to get a flight right now. I was like, great.
Wow.
So I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm, you know, not thinking anything.
And y'all been talking a little bit, yeah?
Oh yeah, no, we were talking still, you know, every day, every other day. You know, she has a family and whatever. And I was like, yeah. So finally, she gets there and she looked beautiful. I came off stage that night and she was like gorgeous, tan. Even I looked good back then. Like I'm like 241 pounds now. Back then I was about 209.
Clothes to wear. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'll sing it with you.
It just reminds me, it's like a romance song.
So yeah.
Go to a party.
Oh yeah, I know that song. Yeah. But I don't know any of the words after that.
Everyone stop and stares.
Yeah, you're singing it like you're deaf. I like it.
I think it's all I got, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm tone deaf, dude. I'm literally tone deaf.
Yeah. So
okay, so you get off stage. She's there.
She's there. Beautiful.
Do they have a nice green room there? No, it's a shithole.
No, you stand in the back of the bar. They don't have a green room.
Right. There's just you can see all the tubes coming out of those boxes that do the soda the soda thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And that guy was just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
It's a Corolla.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. Yeah. And the owner's back there just beating the shit out of women. I was just like, what is happening? So I said, So I was like, wow, you're here. And she goes, yeah. And then she had lined up 3 shots. She was like, you got to do shots for me. I was like, this is fucking awesome. We're going to have sex again tonight. Like, great. I said, I got a nice hotel room. You could see the bay, whatever. So we go back, we have fun. Me, her, and Damien go out to a Bob Evans. After that, we got some food, and then we have some fun.
Yeah.
And then we go back to my hotel room. We get back to my hotel room. And, she's like...
And does Damien like hang around too much or he gets
Nah,
it?
Damien gets it. He's like, I'm going to leave you two to be.
There's always that weird guy who's like, hey, I'll come to your room and let's play a game. Like,
no, Damien's cool as shit, bro. He knew what was going on. Yeah. Damien was like, just let me listen.
Unless you're going to hold my wiener up to keep it hard, bro.
Yeah,
I don't
get
need
out
you
of
coming
here,
up
dude.
here. Unless you're going to stand under it like this.
Yeah, dude. No, Damien knew what was up.
Good guy, nice guy.
So I hadn't even thought of, because the birth control, the morning after pill was like an afterthought, because it's like she had taken it. I was like, nobody's thinking anything. I wasn't thinking anything.
And she didn't. What happened? She didn't swallow it.
No, she did. She did. So,
God.
But she comes on September 11th. We're in the hotel room that night, and she goes, I go to use the bathroom, and she says when I come out, she has a pregnancy test that's positive. And she goes,
You did it again?
She goes, this is your baby. She goes, here's the thing. She goes, I don't, really want to do this. I have a son. She goes, I told you in the car I was pregnant. That the morning after pill didn't work. She was like, I told you. She goes, so, you have your career, your life. I think you're a nice guy. I've had a lovely time with you. I would love to even continue to see you. She's like, but I'm not going to have another child like this. She's like, I already have a son to deal with, that I'm not with his dad.
What does she mean, in Long Island?
Huh?
What does she mean, like have another child on Long Island?
No, I think she meant like have another child with a guy who maybe doesn't want to get married, or maybe like that. Or maybe she did mean I don't want to have a child with a guy who lives in the 5 boroughs. That sounds like a human sewer cap.
Right.
Maybe she said that.
Right.
That's possible.
Right.
Because her ex, her son's father does sound and look a lot like me.
Oh, he does?
Yes, she has white children. She's made that very clear.
Wow.
She's only going to procreate with white men, and that's just her prerogative. Yeah, so if you're not white, you can hook up with her, but she will not bear your children. That's her words, not mine.
Everybody has
She's
their
Puerto
own
Rican.
thing. Yeah.
She said
she likes that macadamia nut.
That's what she said. She was like, yeah. So she was like, I want my kids to have psoriasis. So I said to her, you're pregnant, it's 100% mine. She goes, yes, it's 100% yours.
Wow.
Obviously. And I was like, okay. And then I had that moment in my head where I was like, I'm 30 years old. I willingly did this. I have my career, where, not where I wanted to be, but I was like, things seem to move in the right direction. I have my education. I said I was irresponsible by acting in the moment and deciding not to pull out and do that because I was feeling inferior to another. I created all these dumb things in my head because I'm nuts. I said to her, look, I would love to have this child, even though I know I barely know you. We don't know anybody. You don't know my family. I don't know yours. I said, there could be a million red flags for the both of us. I was like, but I would love to be a father to this child. I was like, I don't know if you and I would work out. I don't know if you'll hate me or like me. I don't know. I said, but I know for a fact, like I will make this child like my whole life. Like I promise you that will happen.
Sounds so Japanese all of a sudden. I feel like.
Dude. I dropped a fucking nuke in her. Wow. So I said, I will do that. And she was like, let me think about it.
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
and
bro.
then we woke up the next morning.
This is like on Joe Dirt whenever that thing happens and he's fucking at the sewer system or whatever and he's drinking shit out of a can and he's like, and Brandy wouldn't touch my dick, and they left me at the... We'll be right back. Okay, go on.
So she said, so we woke up.
Let me think about it.
We woke up the next morning. We were in Florida, in Tampa Bay. Woke up the next morning and there was a pelican on our balcony. And I was like, that's a stork. Even though I knew it wasn't. I was like, that's a stork.
Yeah.
And because she doesn't know the difference between pelicans and storks, she was like, that's a sign then.
That's a mess stork.
I said, that's our baby right there. That's a stork.
Wow.
And she was like, if you're going to be a good dad and you promise me that then we can do it.
Wow. And you did it.
And we did. And that's the best. And that's why now in retrospect, even though I love her and she's always be a part of my life, I think what I was seeing when I met her that day at Place to Beach, I was really seeing my child. That's I was thinking like a life thing, like because it was a still I've never felt that way about any woman. Like while I'm like stopped in my tracks, like this woman is like I felt like this woman's going to be like my life, and that's what it's turned out. Like I'm forever linked to her now. We have 2 children. It doesn't matter what happens between us, and things are going good between us, but it doesn't matter whatever the future holds. It's like we're linked forever.
Yeah.
So, and then we broke up. Like we were co-parenting for years.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened and we got back together. First time we had sex, we have now a second daughter, my 7-month-old daughter, Violet.
Wow.
So now, so it's just locked in like that. And I think when you're talking about love, what I will say is that I feel like now, like I never went looking for it, like at all. It kind of just organically happened. And I don't know necessarily what being in love is or what all those, I think it's different things to different people.
Yeah.
But I know that they'll never be, me and Jasmine may not always be together. That may or may not happen, but there'll never be a woman, like she will always be priority number 1 in my life, no matter what. You know, and my daughters, of course, you know, my children are my children, but that's a different thing than talking about as a grown adult woman.
Right.
She'll always be priority number 1.
Wow.
Like I'd kill my mom, before I killed her. Or if I was I'd kill them both at the exact same time.
Yeah.
But I never kill my kids, but I would kill my stepson.
Yeah.
Yeah. But probably not. He'll probably kill me first.
Yeah. Well,
I was just kidding. I would never kill any of my stepson or my children.
No.
I don't think I could kill anyone, actually. I don't think I could kill anyone.
You could.
No, because I am very...
If something happened, you could, man. You know, I don't understand why anyone would spend thousands of dollars on a new website when they don't have to. That's crazy. They'll put you in a damn mental center. If you're doing that, you're running around buying websites and you don't have to. Well, the team at Modify produces amazing websites, and they're producing right now the last website you'll ever need. If you're ready to stop effing around when it comes to your website, go to Modify, modiphy.com/Theo. That's right. They have unlimited updates, free revamps. It's $4.98 to start, but you'll get 50% off that starting cost. And then it's only $2.50 a month. No cancellation fees, no hidden fees ever. They do it all. They do all the designing. They did ours. TheoVon.com. They did it all. And if you got to add in something, you want to do a change of something, they'll do it. You want to redo the logo, they'll do it. They do it all. Go to Modify, modiphy.com/Theo to get 50% off your starting costs on the last website you'll ever need. I live in a house right now, and I didn't think I was going to be able to because I had negative credit issues. Things that had happened, something hadn't paid this had happened. I'd never gotten this bill, and that had happened. Well, I got my credit repaired before I applied for my loan, and the dings were gone. Bridge Credit Solutions, they are the ones that did it. They are backed with a 100% money-back guarantee for any items that cannot be removed. So you will not find that anywhere in credit repair. If they can't do it, you don't pay it. That's it. You know exactly what you're paying for at the beginning of the repair. Bridge Credit Solutions prides itself on lightning quick turnaround time. That's right, they'll guarantee removal of certain negative items in as quick as 24 hours. Schedule your free credit audit in 3 easy steps, Zoom or phone call, and get a free 3-bureau credit report with 30 days of free credit monitoring and identity theft program when you sign up through their link, bridgecreditsolutions.com/Theo. That's bridgecreditsolutions.com/Theo. Once scheduled, a Bridge Credit strategist will contact you. They helped me. They can help you.
Well, here's advice that I just received.
Okay.
I just received advice. So I have a character on my podcast, on the Chrissy Chaos podcast, called TT Jerry.
Yeah, I know who TT Jerry is.
So TT Jerry is, if you guys listen to the Chrissy Chaos podcast, TT Jerry is Jasmine's godfather, who's transgender, who's was in prison for 25 years, was son of Sam's prison bitch, as she describes, for many years. Also had sex with son of Sam, had sex with the Amityville massacre, the Amityville horror house. You never heard of that?
What's that guy's name, Patrick or something?
No, his name was Ronald DeFeo.
Ronald.
TT said that he used to let she would let him jerk off to her. They were right next. So she had a knack for killers. And so she told me, though, she's 25 years in prison. She told me recently on the podcast, she said, if you went to prison, what I would tell you, if you ever went to prison, what you needed to do is immediately say that you're trans. You would immediately need to start taking estrogen pills. I'm not saying you have to cut your penis off, but you should take estrogen pills because then they will move you to the transgender part of the prison and you're safe there. Because she said if you go in with the general population men, they're going to rape you and kill you probably immediately. She was like, so I would claim you're trans and start taking estrogen pills immediately. So that's just a little word of advice out there. Yeah, because I bite my nails. And I got to grow my hair. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, or they say that that's good for women also.
Biotin?
Biotin. I think it's called biotin.
Yeah,
biotin?
She told me to take estrogen to fully start growing.
Yeah, she knows. Look, I shouldn't even say anything.
But now that she's in our life, she's really helped us, me and Jasmine, through some of our problems we've been having. She's helped us because she's like, hey, I've actually been in prison. I've actually been in solitary confinement. Don't make your life a prison when you guys are free. Just support each other. You have 2 beautiful children. You guys you put yourselves in these prisons. She's like, I was for real federally incarcerated. Wow. So don't do that. So that was a big thing. But about the love thing is I think if you don't look for it, I do believe love, this is gay and I love cock when my dad's asleep, but what it is if love finds you, you don't find it. I think the people that go looking for it, it's a forced thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, who better to do relationship advice than somebody that's trans, somebody that has a relationship going on inside of their body?
I was going to say that she sees both sides. She comes at it from both sides.
Dude, why are we not using trans people to help us do marital advice and support? Because they are a man and a woman. Nobody could sort it out at once than the original recipe.
And sometimes the best times with TT Jerry is when sometimes she goes like Minotaur. She goes half man, half. Sometimes she'll be wearing like.
Sharpens her feet?
No. I remember recently she was wearing one of my sweatshirts from the Denver Comedy Works. And
they're nice. They do that.
Yeah, she was wearing my sweatshirt from Denver Comedy Works and Jasmine's high heels and my 6-year-old daughter's pants. So she was fully like, it was crazy, Because that's the thing about dating a Puerto Rican woman is, when I'm folding their laundry, I don't know what clothes are my 6-year-old daughters and what clothes is their mother's.
The whole culture is bedazzled.
Because they wear very tight clothes.
Yeah.
Small clothes.
Yeah.
And the good thing about Jazz is her mother's beautiful. So like long term, because my father's a very weird looking man.
I saw pictures of him.
He looks like he's upside down. Like he's got different like he almost looks like he was assembled when God was drunk. I don't know, God was doing something.
I think we can see him on your Instagram.
He's a hideous looking man, Tampa Tony. So Jasmine has brought that up. Like, you're gonna really fall apart soon. My dad looks like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
So, but Jasmine's mom is beautiful. So yeah, I recently posted him. If you look at his name is Tampa Tony. There you go to the right. So if you see, he looks like a lot of people think he's special needs, and he can't
smile, can he?
Yeah, and he can't smile, and he's wearing diabetic socks, and he was in Tampa last night. I was at the Tampa Theater, and he was asking girls to look at his Tampa socks. He said, "How's my drip?"
Oh, I like
on these Tampa socks. But yeah, so that's my father. So he's not, you know what I mean? He's kind of looks like he's falling apart and he's got a lazy eye. So I get when Jasmine's like, I don't want to be with you long term because that's what I will turn into.
He gets a little Shawshank around the boots. He definitely seemed like he has that fresh out of prison stance.
He wears referee sneakers.
A lot of people don't know how to stand when they get out of prison.
Yeah, so that's how my dad is. So, but here, Catherine Narducci likes it. She's from Goodfellas.
That's beautiful.
She's the wife from Goodfellas. So shout out Catherine Narducci.
That's cool, man.
So I think I will say that having a family,
I love seeing that, man.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's got one of the tiniest penises you've ever seen in your life, man.
Tiniest?
Truthfully, man, where it's like, it was a little bit of a thing where I used to think my dad just was balls. Like, because we would take showers you take a shower at your dad once in a while. And you really, truthfully, like I'm very blessed I don't have his penis. Very blessed.
I remember taking a shower with my dad because my dad was probably 76 or something, 75 when I showered, 74 maybe when I showered with him. I don't know.
What year was your dad born?
1910.
1910. So did he fight in World War II?
No.
Or World War I? Was he a late edition?
He was born in Nicaragua. He didn't have
They were neutral.
American war. I think. I mean, they were having
Is he Nicaraguan?
He's half Nicaraguan. So his mother was, I guess. Mm-hmm. But he had people like were eating dirt in his village and stuff like that.
Right. 76 years old.
It was pretty sad. He said it was pretty sad, but people were eating dirt. But
Yeah, no, I know, dude. So I think that, dude, if this was about love today, I think that I will say this. I will say that having a family, it does make all my problems that I used to complain about seem very minuscule. Like, I don't care about, like, I love comedy. It's my career. But I don't get all bent out of shape if I don't get an audition, if I don't sell this many if I don't do that. I'm like, yo, I just go play with my kids, man.
Right.
Like, my kids, your kids bring you back. I think you have to have something that grounds you. I'm not saying you have to have a husband, a wife, and kids, but you have to have something that gets you outside of your work. Like Japanese people, they are so identified. Japanese people have a very, very high suicide rate for people over 65 because when they retire, they usually kill themselves because they were just identified by their job. So I identify myself as, a father, and then the other stuff is comedy and this and that.
Wow.
But I think having the kids, it's actually a saving grace because the problems that even like old relationships, I just don't care. I'm like, even I have a friend right now, he's like agonizing over should he get a divorce from his wife or not, but they have no children. I'm like, buddy, do it. It'll be over in an hour for you. Like, you don't even have kids, man. Like, just get out of it. You're putting yourself in this prison. Like, you don't have children.
Right.
If you have children, it's a lot harder. If you don't have children, it's like, just move on with your life. For me and Jazzy, there's been harder times because we're like, what, we're going to walk away from your kids? Like, my 6-year-old daughter says, when you're not here, I get scared, Daddy. So it's like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go stay in a Ramada because I want to get some side pussy? No, you can't do that. Right. You got to go in the guest bathroom and jerk off because I'm not going to have my kids scared and I'm going to be in the Ramada with a side piece.
Would you wait till your children are asleep before you'd masturbate for sure?
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we can legally talk about that, can we?
What do you mean?
Is it insane to talk about that?
No, yeah, you never masturbate in front of your kids, of course. But
no. Yeah, and why would you even say that out loud? That's kind of...
I mean, they're my kids.
Yeah,
like...
And actually, they were it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just taking them back to the old shop.
The government getting involved in family matters is a very new thing. For most of American history, the government could not get involved in a family matter. Like, if you killed your wife... That was up to the family if they wanted to. If the family said, hey, we want to prosecute you, all right, fine. But the government couldn't just step in and do family. It was family. George Washington's era, you could do whatever the hell you wanted within your family.
Missing Wife Central, dude.
Yes.
Missing Wife Central. I think once they made it illegal for you to have a graveyard on your premises.
Is that truthfully illegal?
That's when it started to get really, really strange, yeah.
Interesting. That's very, very, very interesting because, dude, so what do you do with your family... But I mean, so you think, why, let me ask you this, why do you want to fall in love? Do you think it's going to save you? Is it just you're at a point in your life where you don't want to be alone?
I think there's some things you just said. It's like, I think for one, people are always like, get a pet, get a wife, get a something, get a kid, I almost wish a girl would show up with a kid that I have. And I don't, in a weird way, not like I didn't want to be there for the few years, but I just think I just want something different in my life. So I'm not going to like settle for some weird thing or, come and somebody I just met at a fucking, some Irish, Irish tennis festival.
I don't recommend
or volleyball deal.
Yeah.
But maybe that is the way to do it. I think some of it is just about just doing it. Like one of my friends, I'm always like, man, I think I have trouble in relationships. And my friend's like, you have trouble in relationships until you do a relationship. Yeah. So it's like, you just have to do it. And so that's kind of where I've been at recently. I took a break from dating in December.
Okay.
I took a complete break from dating and interacting with females. Mm-hmm. So that kind of helped me get at least a little headspace because I just been kind of frenetic for years, just kind of like
one girl to the next.
Yeah, you just don't really think of like what's important. You just kind of get used to just messaging and doing this and that, and then you're just kind of. I wasn't intentional.
Right.
So now I'm starting to get to a place where I like to be more intentional. So I just think like, what would be new things in my life? Something that would be new would be being in a loving, committed relationship.
Does that woman need to be vaccinated?
I do not care if that woman's vaccinated.
Okay. So she doesn't have proof for a vaccine card. She doesn't have to have the booster.
No.
Okay. That's good because then that widens the playing field.
Oh, yeah,
if you say I'm only going to have vaccinated women, it's just tough right now. Because I think most of the women that you want to deal with are not vaccinated.
Yeah, I'll go non-vax, dude. I mean,
because it's becoming quite clear that it's very difficult to deal with, a very ultra liberal woman. They're very, you want to go Republican. If you're looking for love in a relationship, if you're looking for a one night of fun, then I would say you can go more liberal. But if you want, a woman who's going to be by your side, then I think you want to go Republican.
Yeah.
Is what I would recommend. Or at least someone who leans right. They don't have to be ultra right-wing nut job, but I would say their priority should be to the right, because it's becoming clear that the people to the left, it's a losing battle,
Well, some of it over there is getting weird. I mean, whenever you get way out on the fringe, it gets really weird, but
yeah, either side's extreme.
That's one of the reasons why I got a place in Nashville during this pandemic. It was like, it was normal there. Like, there was nobody was masking. Nobody's doing
no.
It was normal, and it's been fine.
It's fine.
So that was like, Rogan asked me, why'd you move there? And I couldn't, taxes are, there's no state taxes and stuff. And here, they might even move them up to 18% in California. But
I know, New York and California are the worst.
I know. But then also there's a lot of great things about living in those places. So it's like.
You get it.
Yeah, you don't want to, but.
Yeah, I would say if you're looking for love.
But it was just free there. I was like, I want to live in a place that was free. And it felt strange when I came to other places and people felt
stay with
trapped up.
I would try for you, man. If I'm being honest with you, just
Please
vibing
do, bro.
As a pretty,
well, I need my friends to be honest with me.
As a pretty mature guy, or the most
Do I
mature
seem
I've been in
mature?
my life. You do.
Thank
as
you.
the most mature in my life, and being a father, and just knowing what I think, just being truthful is, for me, man. When I look at you, I think you want a right-leaning woman who's from Wyoming. I think you want a state like a Wyoming or an Idaho. You want someone like that. You don't want someone who's in entertainment. You don't want someone, and you don't want someone who's storming the Capitol. I think you'd like a nice, just like watch that show Yellowstone, and a woman like that is what you want. Maybe you could contact Kevin Costner and see if there's an extra or something like that who's single and available in Montana.
Yeah.
I think that would work for you, man. I could see you with that, because
and they're tall too, and windburn. A lot of them have windburn.
A lot of them have windburn, and I think that they would cook a lot of the stuff that you like to eat, like ferret and whatever other, because it's from Louisiana, so you guys eat
griddle cake.
They know all that stuff, ooey gooey pie, whatever that crazy shit is, because we have to play pretend a lot, like with a lot of these places, like they're real places, but I think with the pandemic,
a little bit of Dove.
Yeah. So you just so I think that that's who I would go with if I was you. And I think that you'll find it, man.
Yeah, thanks,
you seem like you're in a happy, healthy place. When I saw you, your cheeks look good.
Really?
Yeah, you did. You look good, because I saw the one time I saw your cheeks look sunken in. Like, I was almost like, man, does Theo have AIDS or something? But
like Gaunt, like Horace Gaunt.
Yeah, but now you're good, man. You look healthy. You look good, and your hair looks good. Your hair looks like you're using Pert Plus or something.
Really?
Yeah, your hair looks
Thanks,
shiny,
dude.
man. Like, I know you're using conditioner.
I've been feeling bad about it, but not really bad about it. I'm just grateful to have some hair right now.
Yeah, man. I think I have COVID.
What?
I just feel body aches, dude.
Do you?
Yeah, but I haven't gotten
You've been
it
through
once.
a lot, though.
Yeah, but I've been in the room with COVID like 15 times, man. Dead ass. Did you ever get it?
No, I got the antibodies.
Yeah.
So.
Did you get the booster?
I'm sure I've missed some shots.
Yeah, dude.
But,
yeah, me too. I had a fake one for a while, but then I had to get the juice.
Yeah, I think it's like, look, I don't know. I don't even want to get into all that, honestly.
Yeah, you can't, right? At this point, well, you can't make public statements.
Well, I just don't. I'm just overhearing it. It's like, what, I can't fathom they're going to get people to go get some other booster. What are you fucking insane? At this point, it's like you're literally just throwing dart. You're literally just stabbing people at a CVS.
Yeah,
like it's getting
that's
wild.
what it is. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for the next one, man.
Even people that believe in it don't even believe in it now.
Not anymore, dude. Even AOC's out there with no mask on.
Everybody,
nobody gives a shit. Yeah, dude. One of my friends used to hook up with AOC.
Really?
At the bar she used to work at, yeah.
Wow.
He said she's really not like that. He said deep down she's Republican.
Wow,
it's
really?
Crazy, right? Yep.
I think, well, there's a lot of identifying people that want to be just they want to be something, and I think a lot of people out of fear too. Their boss is a certain thing, and they feel like they have to be that.
Right.
Yeah. But it's funny when we're talking about 2015, and even before that, it's like I don't think people care. It's so crazy how divided people got.
I know, because you know what it is, man.
When you think that when you really think that you let some political thing divide you from your own family members, and a lot of it's just things you heard or it's like it's not like real shit between you and them. It's just like pieces that you both heard on social media and stuff and just fueling. It's kind of crazy.
Well, you know, my father said this in 2008, 2009. You know, this is a man with an 8th grade education, but very street smart. And as you could tell, you know,
Yeah, I have a
maybe,
friend-
you know, as a special needs man. And he was saying that, he said in 2009, he said this Twitter thing is going to be the worst thing that ever happened for this country. And I was like, why? He's like, because not everyone's supposed to be talking. And it's come out to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is like, not everyone's supposed to have an opinion. This is not what it is. He's like, you can't let the whole world talk. And I'm like, it's pretty true, because now you get people galvanized, little sections of them, and then they do big things, where it used to be, you know, these people's ideas would just, they would get shot down at a, you know, at a cafeteria in Biloxi. It wouldn't go any further than that.
Right.
But now it's like that cafeteria in Biloxi, you know, you can get that to thousands, millions, billions of people.
Yeah.
So it's problematic. But I think we're going back in the right direction. I think we're going to be all right, man. I think once Biden dies of natural causes, it's going to be all right. You know, because I think they're going to have to push him. They're going to have to do something with him. You know, I don't want him to die. I think
but it's
he's
like
okay,
watching
but
that
I don't
old
think,
Yeller. It's like watching old Yeller.
Yeah, I think that the United States
how can
is
we
like.
do this?
I think that the powers that be are they're gonna say, you know, they might just get Lee Harvey Oswald back. You know, it might get the juices flowing again.
Oh, to assassinate him would be easy. Just, you know, it'd be.
You just don't give him his pills that morning.
It's just, I don't know. But also, government has become that's not even our government anymore. Facebook is our government.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Twitter is our government. Like, those are the things, the ruling entities. The rest of this is just it's like
trial by Twitter.
It's people just arguing about some bullshit. You know?
Well, it's become states' rights. That's why when you live in a place like Tennessee or Florida, you live a different life than you do other places. Like, I've never thought I would ever want to even consider leaving New York.
Yeah.
But there's a very simple thing. Like in New York, my 6-year-old has to wear masks in her classroom all day, and she hates it. I hate it for her social people. I'm not worried. The breathing is like whatever, but you can't deny, like, when my child doesn't see her friends. When you see someone's full face, you get her brain is forming. She could see people smiling. She doesn't understand reactions. It's harming her. Where if I just moved her, 1,000 miles to the south in Florida, she's living a free life like it's 2019. So
you're getting there in your career where you can do that.
I have to make like an honest decision. If in this summer they're like, hey, we're going masks on again, then I don't want her to live like that. And I'm not anti-vax or anti-science. I'm not a right-wing nut. I kid around. But like, seriously, I'm like, that's a simple thing. That's a very easy thing for me as a parent, where like, I just don't want my child wearing a mask anymore. I don't.
Well, I think the whole thing's interesting how none of the social effects of this have come into any conversation. There was never any big conversation. The fact that if we shut everything down, we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people that are going to die from addiction, from loneliness.
Yeah.
All the people that probably seniors that died of heartbreak because they couldn't see their fucking families.
Yeah.
It's like, and that a lot of that stuff is unquantifiable. And I really believe that it could be more than the amount of people that died from COVID in America anyway.
100%.
I really believe it. Just because for me, it's my own thing. I have 6 friends that overdosed and died right during the pandemic. Completely dead, gone off the earth, right? I don't know anybody that died of COVID. That's just me. It's my own world. But if they had AA meetings that were open and recovery houses that were open, it might not have been the same case for some people. So I don't know.
I agree,
I
man.
might have a different chip on my shoulder about that.
It's a mental health issue. Like in New York, I saw the other day, I saw a guy in the middle of the day. It's like a homeless man, and he started I saw this he started like a full spray shitting, like diarrheaing on a brick wall right near Penn Station in New York City by Madison Square Garden, like just full shitting on a brick wall. Yeah, like it was crazy, dude. Like wild behavior, like just nuts.
When people are desperate, when you're spraying something out of your body onto a wall to get a message across, that's desperation.
Spray shit. And a woman was walking by, and because I was stopped, I was like, oh my God, and a woman was walking by, and she
called him gay or something?
No, she walked up to him, and she called me gay for no reason. And she walked up to him, and she goes, excuse me, sir, put on a mask. Oh. And I was like, I mean, this guy's spray shitting against a wall, and you're worried about his COVID status. Oh. Like, it's just like we're outdoors in public. Let him, it's a mental health issue. Like, the people who are the most afraid have all 3 vaccine shots, probably 2 boosters. They wear 6 masks, and they're the ones that are terrified. And I'm like, it's a mental health issue. It's clear it's a mental health issue now. Right.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Well, it's just the mental health side of it is really interesting, and a lot of that hasn't really been explored, and it'll all be looked at probably years down the road.
But the thing is, I think Dr. Fauci's like just cute. You know what I mean? Like, I like seeing Dr. Fauci. I know what his science is what it is, but it's like he's just a small Italian man, like somebody's no-no, you know? Like, he just comes out there with like a wooden spoon and he'll hit COVID with a rolled up newspaper. You know, like I like him.
I guess he does have a cute ambiance about him.
Man, like he looks like if a Tortellini became a national health doctor. You know, like I like him, man.
But he lost when he threw out that pitch at the Nationals game.
Yeah, he stinks at baseball, dude.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because a lot of those Italian guys who grew up in Brooklyn, they play stickball and
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, dude. So he's
Yastrzemski. Was he Italian?
Call you Yastrzemski? Nah, Polish.
It sounds Polish, huh?
Yeah, I think Yastrzemski's Polish, yeah. Yeah, one of my friends, Polish guy, he just had a baby.
Wow.
He was a guy, actually, he got circumcised at 19 years old, man. Showed up to school on crutches, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he did it for a girl that didn't want to uncircumcise.
Just pierce your ears.
That's what I said. And then she dumped him about 2 weeks later. Fucked his dick up, man. His dick was swollen. Like, it was bad, dude.
You ever pierce your own ears for a woman?
Pierce my own ears for a woman? No. I mean, the craziest thing I did is I got a woman pregnant because I felt inferior to her ex. And I started a full life. I locked myself in with a woman for the rest of my life just to get even with a guy who I just saw once on Instagram.
Yeah. That's cool, though. Yeah, man.
I go for it, man.
I think you do. Shoot or shoot.
I take swings, dude. You know?
Shoot or shoot, man. that's what I want to be. I want to be the guy that's willing to ejaculate in somebody I just met.
Yep. I did it, man. And that's why like there's I'm proud of a fearlessness, you know?
Yeah.
I'm proud of it because I'm like, you know what, man? Like, if I'm going to get a woman pregnant who I barely even know just to get even with her ex that I flat out don't know, that I've created in my mind, then yeah, dude, I'm going to take a chance on a joke. I'm going to add a show that I probably shouldn't have added. I'm going to make a ticket price. I don't give a fuck,
Sail
dude.
for a new America, dude.
I'm
Christopher
taking,
Columbus.
Dude,
You got this, dude.
I'm taking big swings, dude. I'm taking big swings.
Big semen swings.
And that's what you have to do, man, especially in our careers. Like, you got to take big swings, dude.
Yeah.
I got to get on the Joe Rogan show, too.
Yeah.
Never been on it once. Never once.
Oh, you'll probably be right around the corner.
No, but you know what, dude? I'm proud of...
You're doing great without it.
I was going to say I'm proud of the ticket sales and all that, and the people have been coming out to see me without any Rogan appearance. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. But you think if I ever do get on him, what should I take a swing at him just to, like, stand out? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that's the move.
Or like kill one of his security guards or something.
No, I think
and bring his head in like on a spike and be like, "Yo, start the show." Yo,
you just puppet it. We are live.
Yeah.
We're live.
But dude, you're killing. I mean,
what else is
the
going
thing is
on?
with you, man? Theo is I was talking to Opie the other day. We used to do the Opie and Anthony show or the Opie and Jim show at the time a lot. And I was talking to Opie the other day, and we were just talking about how, man, Theo was killing it. And we were like, Opie misses you, man. He wants to take a walk, me, you, and him around New York City, just a walk.
Oh wow!
And I said, if Theo's ever in New York, I'm sure if he's got the time, man, we'll take a walk.
Dude, I had so much fun on there. That's when I was really cutting my own hair for about 8 years, and I went on there.
I remember that we had that back and forth where I said you look like Eileen Wuornos. You said I look like a deaf guy that goes to the gym.
Yeah.
It was good back and forth. And then Carl was in the middle, and Carl died, man.
Everybody else in there died. Carl died,
Vic
and what's
Henley,
his name died? Vic Henley.
Oh, everyone on that coquina.
God.
Yeah, coquina.
Vic was on the dust?
I don't think Vic wasn't. No, I think Vic, they said he died of a blood clot, which is interesting because he died of a blood clot, and this was about April, I think, of 2020, where he might have been early COVID, because they were saying that COVID was causing blood clots, or it might have just been Vic had gotten hit by a car a few days before and wouldn't go to the doctor, and Opie was like, "You need to go to the doctor, dude. You got hit by a car, man." And he was like, I ain't going to the doctor. So there might have been a blood clot forming in his body. I mean, got fully hit by a car.
That'll clot your blood. If you get hit by a fucking vehicle, dude, if anything's going to clot your blood, it'll be that.
That's a crazy thing, man, to get hit by a car.
I remember trying to steal my mom's car one time, and like it started. I was pushing. I got but it was kind of uphill a little, and I didn't realize it would start coming back. I wasn't going to be strong enough, and I got like sandwiched between it and another car on my thighs, and it was just fucking so much pain, dude.
Damn, dude.
And I had these black bruises on my legs.
Oof.
For about 2 weeks, dude. I had to yell for help and shit. It was so horrible.
That sucks, dude. I remember one time I was driving, me and my dad, I was in my dad's Oldsmobile.
Had nice legs.
And all four of his doors opened up on the Verrazano Bridge going to Staten Island.
Yeah.
You know, all 4 of the doors at the same time. It was wild. Yeah. And I didn't have a seatbelt on. I was like 11. Yeah, my dad was just holding me.
My sister fell out of by a McDonald's out of an Oldsmobile, out of a Cutlass or something, or a Delta Oldsmobile, Delta Cutlass, Delta 88. Damn.
Dude.
Those bitches, those locks on those doors are weak.
Weak as fuck, man.
Weak locks.
I miss Oldsmobiles.
Yeah.
Pontiacs.
I miss a lot of things, man. I miss a lot of things, dude.
Yeah.
What else were we talking about?
No, dude, we're just flowing, man. I felt like this. You came at me and we just started talking about love, which I could talk about it all day because I think it's got many different definitions, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know if all your fans are like this. Maybe some of them tuned out, but the ones that stayed, man, congratulations, because you know, it's a different vibe. We're not just going to talk about jokes all the time. We're talking about love.
Well, yeah. Well,
I think a lot of people want to hear that.
Oh, I mean, it's just what I've kind of been like, not thinking about, but it's like, you know, you want to see if it's out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to see if it, yeah. And listen, dude, and maybe it's only out there for you for a month or 2 or a year, and then it goes away. But, you know, nothing lasts forever.
I might want to get that. I think I would like to get that marriage.
You want to get married. See, because I had children first, I don't want to get married.
Okay.
If I would have gotten married and they have the kids, that's one thing. But because I had the kids first, I don't see, to me, what I think of is marriage is this is my opinion, marriage is a piece of paper. It feels archaic. It feels like something you would do, like if you're very wealthy, like if you're on that show Succession, then you get married because it's power dynamics.
Yeah.
But this marriage thing now is just a piece of paper that some guy made up that had to be a thing. It's not real. But children, like that's a type of marriage from the universe I can't explain. I'm forever locked in to my children's mother now,
right.
and that's from
That's from God.
That's from some
heavens.
powers I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the piece of paper is like, that's just whatever state you live in. There's different rules you got to pay a guy. That's how I look at it. And some people will say, "Oh, that's a bullshit way of looking at it. That ain't cool." But I'm like that. But that's how I feel.
That's heaven's eggs, dude. That's children. I would like to have, I think, then some matrimony. I think I would like to then maybe just, even if I co-parented or something, have like a loving environment that brought some children into the world.
I will say having children, man, it's the most beautiful thing. Listen, it's all ego. The thing is, it all stems from a degree of narcissism, that everything, even mothers love it. The reason why you love your own children is because it's a piece of you, right? So that's okay I think to accept that. You can't put yourself before your kids because you need to make sure you're healthy and strong so you can be healthy and strong for your children. You know what I mean? So when some people are like, "Oh, my kids are everything." My kids are everything to me. They truly are. Yeah. But I have to be mentally and physically happy and healthy so I can pass it on to them. So I'm always every decision I make, I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, see, I like that. I think I would like to just have something, and I don't want to do it because of that, but it would be nice to have something in the world that makes me less self-focused.
Yes, because I think that's the only way that it popped like that, I can get outside of my own thoughts and ego is because I can't sit there and commiserate all day about career or about something I said 5 years ago or about what are people saying about me on social media. I can't commiserate about that because my daughter needs to eat.
Right.
And I'm like, this is the real important stuff.
Yeah.
Even like, on the social medias of the world, you realize like all you have to do is like, when, I don't know, somebody, gets canceled or somebody gets a bad review on a show, like all you have to do is delete that app and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Because the real world for me is my children. As long as my children think I'm okay, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Right. So it's like a superpower where sometimes people will be like, "Wow, Chris, you say some crazy shit sometimes on stage. Like, you ever get worried about being canceled?" I'm like, no, because I got my kids, man. And if you take my comedy career away, I mean, I'll just go be a physical therapist. I have a license. Like, I love doing comedy. I love this. I want this to be my life.
But why not stretch a guy's leg out somewhere?
You know what I mean? I might do both, dude. As a matter of fact, when the pandemic happened, Governor Cuomo of New York, former Governor Cuomo of New York, he reinstated every healthcare professional's license that has lapsed, as long as you didn't lose your license because you killed somebody. But mine had just lapsed. As a matter of fact, you ready for this? In the state of New York, when I got my license reinstated in the state of New York, I was told that I was the only male physical therapist who had my license, my physical therapy license, on a 5-year hiatus because that's only designed for pregnant women, for women who had children and want to step away and raise their kids and then come back. I was the only male on that. So there was all these people that I was in the pregnancy base. I was basically the pregnancy, part of the, portion of the license. My license was treated like as if I was a pregnant woman that had bore children. So I got my license reinstated like that, like overnight in an email. I got my full license, so I could legally.
So you could do it
I
again.
could legally
Wow.
practice. I don't remember shit.
Because I'm urban planner, dude, and my degree was in urban planning.
Mm-hmm.
And
What would you do if you could urban, if you were going to plan something out in the urban community, what would you do? Would you
No,
have
you plan like a
have like a
neighborhood.
comedy night?
You do
Oh.
neighborhood. You do shrubbery. You do like if a postman's coming into the neighborhood, you tell him where to go first, how to do the best routes. You do zoning.
Yeah.
But
Urban planning, man.
I don't think that's not up. I don't think that's what I'm going to do.
Where
How
do you
long
wanna
have we
live?
gone? How long have we gone right now?
Alex,
Yeah.
how long do you normally do?
We'll probably do another 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, you want to bring Dom in?
Yeah.
Dom. Come on.
Dom, you want to come on in, man?
Don DePetta coming in.
Come join us. Coming in the batter's box, baby.
Yes, sir. Come on, Don DePetta. All right, here, let's get your camera
Get
set.
you keyed up here, brother.
Look at his mustache, ladies.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't shave it, man. He was going to shave it, and then he said he wouldn't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not going to do it.
I had a goatee and sideburns, and then I shaved it. It was not a good look, so I was like, let's trim it down.
Yeah, going with different body hair is a unique thing, and there's only the thing I don't love about body hair, there's only so many places you can grow it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I don't even like my pubic hair. Like it's not like a bush; it's stringy.
Right.
Like it's like my pubes almost look like your hair, like long mullet. But then I'll have bushy hair like on the back of my neck and stuff. Don told me at the Atlanta Punchline you forgot your pants once.
No, I was in Huntsville.
Huntsville, you forgot your
Oh,
pants.
yeah. Oh,
So
I
this
did,
was a while
actually.
ago.
And he
Yeah.
had to give you his pants.
No, the opener. You
Yep,
took
there was
the
some guy
opener's
who was living
pants.
in a van. Remember that guy?
Yeah, dude.
I saw that guy not long ago.
He lives in Nashville, I think.
Yeah, I saw him performing. I think it was in Nashville. I
Yeah.
saw him at a comedy show. Nice guy.
That-
I think he quit living in the van, but that guy lived in a van for a long time.
And you wore his pants on stage.
I didn't have a choice, brother.
Other man's pants.
How'd you forget your pants?
And I hit him hard too. I think that's I was opening for Funny Man.
No, I mean, he did like a one night thing, and they bumped us. So I opened, you featured, and then Funny Man closed. And
Yeah.
he shouldn't have followed you.
I think it was different times. Yeah. I didn't really have a following then. I just starting to catch maybe a little bit of opportunity.
You took off right after that.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, by the way, you look really tan on that screen.
Really?
There. Dude, you look so good.
I was working out at a gym on a rooftop yesterday.
Nice.
So it's one of the
Like a full gym on a rooftop? Like
they opened up a gym rooftop and you can be up there and do weights. And so I was up there. Thank
Yeah.
you though.
No, you
so I
look
think
good.
I got a little bit of sun and I've been trying to wash my skin.
nice.
Nice. So, and your head looks, and your hair look great.
My hair looks
Yeah,
good.
I just want you
appreciate it.
both to know you look terrific.
But my
Both
face
of
looks a
y'all.
little swollen today.
No,
right? 'Cause
no,
I'm eating a lot of
not
salt.
on camera. I don't know. It has the opposite effect. Like you look fat in real life, but on
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
You
Terrific.
look like if they discovered your skeleton, they'd be like, oh, this is like, you have a prehistoric look.
Yeah, Neanderthal head. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
it's-
think women like that though?
Oh, I think it attracts them at a base level that somebody like me or Dom can't
No.
replicate.
Nice. Nice.
Are you performing a lot, Dom? What's going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah, at the Funny Bones and Side Splitters. I got Side Splitters coming up, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
good.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go be in that thing with a tooth in the condo with a
Did you
tooth.
stay in that condo?
Bobby Jewell, the man that he sold it, so they have a new
Okay.
condo now.
New condo.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Bobby
did.
was a legend down there.
Oh, legend, man.
I've definitely,
Yeah.
we've all been through it.
I was in Tampa last night, man. I went to a place called the Tampa Pizza Company and I got the fettuccine Alfredo and it was awesome.
Ooh.
And I burnt my mouth on it. I still feel the effects of that right
oh,
now.
that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was great, dude. I did the Tampa Theater. You ever do the Tampa Theater? Gorgeous place, man. Haunted, but it was gorgeous.
I'm at St. Petersburg. I'm in St. Petersburg in a couple of weeks down there.
Yeah. St.
Nice.
Petersburg, beautiful, man.
And we're doing one night at the Improv actually too.
The best way to do it.
We got a night off.
Yeah.
So,
Best way to do it, man. I'm going to sign with I signed with your agent.
oh yeah.
Well, it's
There
a
you
week.
go.
Yeah. Because imagine I didn't. And my current agency's like, what? Then they hear this.
Oh,
I might
man.
get nervous, man.
No, well, look, I think look good. At least I'm just grateful that we're able to go places and do shows.
Seriously.
That's been the tough thing about living in Nashville is that there's not a place to perform. So,
You don't do Zanies too much,
You
right?
go to Zanies?
but you can't do it. It's not the same. It's not the same as having workout rooms where you
Yeah,
can
it's a
go
headliner
work out.
club. Like they're not. You
Right.
can't just pop in like you can at the Comedy Store or the Comedy Cellar.
Well, you can, but it's like a lot of people that go to a lot of shows, so you're seeing a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's great. It's just not. It's not where I can go and do 3 sets. Like this week, I probably did, or last week I probably did like 12 sets. You know.
In LA.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
for me, it's like that's like a time where I can learn. Like I feel like by the 11th show, it's like I'm cooking with gas. Like I have no fear that anybody in the joint is gonna
Are you back here now?
do any better than me. No. But I'm gonna spend more time here because I got to do more practicing.
Good.
Right. But your permanent residence is not here.
My permanent residence is not here. No,
It's in Nashville.
I'm a legal resident of Tennessee.
Wow. So you don't. So you. Tennessee doesn't have income tax either, right?
There's no state.
No state tax. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so you're good, man.
Well, one of the blessings too is just that if you go touring out of there, they have all the tour buses and stuff. So that's really nice. Is just to be able to like
Yeah.
go do a string based out of there. It's like
Yeah.
You can't find a wife in Nashville, man.
I probably can.
There's some nice women there, dude.
I think so.
Find your girl with a piece of camo.
What about Puerto Ricans,
you'd be
man?
good, dude.
Puerto
Want a piece
Ricans
of
are
camo.
good wives,
Yeah.
dude, and good mothers.
No.
Oh, I would like something from another country.
Yeah. What about Nicaraguan? Go back to your roots.
I wouldn't, but I got to get down there. That's the thing. It's like, you got to
Yeah.
get down there.
You
You,
mean like 'cause of
you
you-
got to plan. Hey, you got to be there for a couple weeks. You can't stop. You can't hurry in a week. But I wouldn't mind. I'm open to it. I'm going to start asking God. Hey, God, I am willing to meet someone.
Are you dating mostly white women?
I'm dating women that are. Some of them, a good amount of them are white women.
Right.
But I am not sentenced to that. I'm okay to any type of woman.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And,
Able-bodied woman.
I have DM'd with women that are all types of women.
You got to find a woman that doesn't know you. Know
Yeah.
who you
That's
are.
harder and harder, though, man.
Just walk around
Amish,
Nashville.
maybe.
Yeah.
China or go to China.
Or mercenary. What is it called? The
Oh,
Method.
Mennonite,
Mennonite.
Amish or Mennonite. Yeah, because they can't have electronics. Or Hasidic Jewish woman. That'd be a nice call for you too, man.
And SIDS, baby, go hard on the
Hasidic
SIDS.
Jewish, baby.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm open to anything. So you got a lady right now, Tom?
No. Recently, no. But it's good. Dude, you're going to find love, though. You got a good heart.
Yeah.
I've always said that about it. Both of you. Both
Thank
of you. Very genuine. I'm not being.
Well, he's
Mine's-
already got love. This
Yeah.
guy's doing fine. This guy, you know.
I got a lot of cholesterol, man,
Yeah.
in my heart.
I definitely am going to go home and probably have more popcorn like I usually do. And
Popcorn's not terrible for you, though, man.
it's not terrible, but it's not a family,
Right,
It's not a,
right, right. I get it, man.
it's not that.
I
So
think
I'm
you're
not
at
like
that point.
lamenting it. It's just like I'm just getting to the point where it's like, okay, I'm feeling like this is a possibility.
Well, because what are
amazing.
you? Are you 40 yet?
I'm 40, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're 40, yeah, that's when the male's biological clock starts kicking in.
Yeah.
You know.
This
But I
bitch
think you
is
could do it,
definitely-
man. Especially because
you.
you look like Matt Damon from The Last Duel.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot of people have been tagging me
Yeah.
in that.
So I think like he had a wife, and it didn't work out really.
She came with land, though.
She came with land.
Ooh, huh?
Yeah.
One of them acre babes, homie.
Yeah. I like it, man. It's like an Andre Agassi look
Yeah.
from in the 90s when he was winning, though. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're gonna find love.
Thanks, man.
100%.
Yeah, I think you will,
100%,
dude.
dude.
But here's the thing that has been an issue is committing to the love when I get in some love.
You just gotta. Can you accept love?
I don't know. Somebody
What was-
that sounded like a vote of unconfidence.
Nah, dude, I'm with you, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
it didn't
man. It's
sound
that
like
Celsius Live Fit.
it didn't sound
Call that
like
Celsius Live shit.
it did not sound like you're into it.
Yeah, nah, dude. I'm
Like
into
you believe
it, man.
in me.
It's just it's deep, dude.
Yeah.
I ate the Delta food.
Did you?
Yeah. I
Oh,
told
if you eat
cold
at high
oatmeal.
altitudes, bro, that's all
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah.
That's all gas.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
The fact that they even feed people at that altitude is insane.
It's insane, dude.
It's Japanese, man.
It's like a lithium battery,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
It's
like-
gonna explode.
This thing is a game show.
Yeah, bro.
It's such a fucking game show, man.
Yeah, man. I think love is I don't know how it's gonna happen for you or who it's gonna happen with. It might not even be a female, but it's happening. You know,
I want a female.
you want that, but that might not be what the universe wants for you. You know what I mean?
I'm not living with some man, dude. I'm not living with some sexual man, bro.
Dude, it's one of those things where, like I said, man, love finds you, you don't find love. And if it's a man or an animal or, you know.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting a pup or getting something like that to start off the commitment, you know? And so that's what I'm thinking of, but I don't know what kind of animal I would get that I would then, you know, want to saunter around with to have to take around a lot.
Because it's not all about sex either. That's the other part of
That
this
ship
equation.
has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to do sex, but it's also like, yeah, as you get older, it's just like, I
isn't that
want
weird?
somebody awesome to be around.
Yeah. It's weird how unimportant that comes.
Yeah,
all of a
I don't,
sudden.
you know, I don't care about it as much. I mean, you know, because it's like, it's kind of like you've done it enough where it's like, you know, when you masturbate, it's like, that's the best, you know, that it is because it's all you. But so I don't need to have sex anymore.
And we burned it out as a society. We burned sex
Good
used to
point.
be that
Very good
it was
point.
like that secret thing, and how are they gonna do it? And you gotta somebody's gotta draw a picture of how you do it. You know, when you're like, you know, you don't even know what's going on. Somebody's behind you pushing you into the woman. Like,
Dude.
it used to be totally different. And now it's just like everywhere there's ejaculate everywhere.
Yeah.
There's advertisements to get more ejaculate in your body. It's just like we burned it out, man.
Yeah, in the Civil War, they used to have one of the generals, General Hooker. That's where the term hooker comes from, is he would have prostitutes follow him. And even more so, everybody wanted to be in his platoon, and they would fight harder for him because they had an artist that they would protect at all costs that would draw women that they would meet on the road. And that was like the porn, and they would jerk off to that porn. It's crazy,
beautiful.
dude. And sex is like is all intertwined, like in history. Like the French, when in World War II, when the French were getting invaded by the Germans, the French, they let them have sex with women and prostitutes, and a lot of them were fighting with venereal diseases. Where Hitler and the Germans said, "You are not. If we catch you having sex with a woman, you're going to get shot on the spot." So the Nazis didn't have STDs. That was one of their biggest superpowers.
Just meth.
Where a lot, they had Panzer Chocolat, which was crystal meth, but that's what it was called, Panzer Chocolat.
Imagine doing meth and not being able to have any sex, though.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. So, but that's a big thing. Is you know, sex is intertwined with even our history. But if you remove it, if you can remove the urge for sex, then you remove 99% of your problems.
Right.
Truthfully, you do. You know, it's all sex. Everything we're doing subconsciously is for sex.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It may not, you know, sometimes it's right out in the open, sometimes it's not. But if you can just say to and it's difficult, it's almost impossible to do. But if you could do it, that's what monks do when they meditate. Yeah. When they're sitting there meditating for 20 hours a day, they're not getting to a deeper place.
They're just
getting to a deep
humming.
place.
They're basically just humming till they ejaculate.
That's what it is. They're just basically not having sex and thinking about sex.
Yeah,
if you remove it, that's what eunuchs. That's why eunuchs were so powerful, because you had them. You know, the thought was you had the aggression and the brain of a man, but you weren't distracted by sex. That's why they cut your nuts off.
They can think clearly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what
to get clear.
That the eunuchs would run the ancient priests.
It's like right
harems.
after you come.
They will run that exactly, dude. They're forever. The eunuch had forever just ejaculated.
And we've gotten in that place of society where sex isn't even that big of a deal. It's just like it used to be that big of a deal. You needed 15 children. You needed the land done.
You don't need any of it anymore. And also sexting and porn. Like you can sext with the opposite sex and fulfill your needs. You don't have to put insert in them anymore. And they don't have to jump on you. You don't have to.
Well, that's one nice thing about taking a break from dating. It had me there was a little bit of a reset from like just the pattern.
It's nice.
Of like one, you know, like feeling like you have to.
Did you find more discipline in that, or like more yourself, like more structured way of life?
Yeah, I found like there was things that I like to do that I just even forgotten about.
That's great.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we don't realize how distracted we are every day. Even, you know, sometimes I'll be at home with my children all day, but I'll be on the phone scrolling or saying I got to work, I got to think of it. And I realize I haven't looked at my daughter's face in 10 hours. And it's like, you know, so now I try to just put my phone away if I can, you know? unless there's something important. But then I just put it on. Now I'm like, I used to go for a long time. I used to say, I hate talking on the phone, just text me. But now it's come full circle for me. Now I'm like, I'd rather you call me.
Me too.
Because then I can just get off the phone with you and I don't have to text because if I start texting you and I get sucked in, but if I'm on the phone, I hang it up and I put it down. But if you're texting me, I'm texting you, and then I'm done with text, I'm looking at Instagram, I'm looking at the news, I'm looking at the same bullshit over and over and over again.
And Siri has a lisp in her ears, dude. I've never met an incapable woman as Siri or man, whatever. Mm-hmm. I think she's Persian. I don't even know what she is, but
Siri,
I've never met anybody that
Macedonian.
doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like
she doesn't know at all.
Well, she's Chinese.
But when you do the voice,
well, she comes from China.
when you do the voice recognition thing, when you voice to text,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you might as well eat your own ass outside,
dude. Yeah, man.
Great to have you guys. Thanks for coming in. Where's the tour at, man? Tell me about it.
So, baby, listen, February 11th, I'm at the Warner Theater in Washington, D.C. February 12th at the Tabernacle in Atlanta. And then we got March 4th and 5th in Cleveland at the Agora Theater and Detroit at Royal Oak. And that was Mr. Don DePetto will be there. We got the Chrissy Chaos podcast, Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Hey Babe with Sal Vulcano. Chrissy Chaos Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Hey Babe Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. ChrisDComedy.com for all my tickets. We're on a theater tour going all the way to the end of April. And I appreciate you having me, man. And I hope that we find love, dude. And even if it's with this transgender, it doesn't have to be a biological woman is what I'm saying. I think if you do that, then you're closing yourself off and they don't have to be vaccinated.
I am not taking a lot. I appreciate your hope for me, and some of it I don't.
Okay.
I would like a woman, and I am open to anybody the universe brings me. I am open to love.
The universe is going to bring you a woman.
Just for a couple of weeks, open it up to more than that, see what happens.
Look, if I'm gay, I would be shocked if I am gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I met a man one day and I was like, Jesus Christ, I love this man, I don't know. I don't think I would be gay for him. Mm-hmm. But
you just can't get past some certain things. I get it.
No, I want a wife is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even as much as I can even think about it.
I think
I don't mind being around somebody, driving somewhere with a guy. If we're going to like we're all going somewhere, people are going somewhere. Yes, I'll ride with this guy. This is my friend. I'll go somewhere with him. I'll talk to guys like this. I don't want anything really beyond that in my life.
But if you could use guys to help with women, like I'm saying, don't just discount us. Like, for example, I've said this many times, I fall in love with men, I have sex with women.
Right.
Like, we've had a stimulating conversation.
And
I'm falling in love with you guys, but I'm going to want to go home and have sex with a woman.
Right.
So if that's gay, that's gay. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Maybe you're brain gay, but body straight.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm brain gay.
Brain gay.
Maybe that'd be the title of this episode, dude.
Brain gays,
Brain
dude.
gay, body straight.
I love it. Dom, where are you going to be at?
What do I got coming up? I got the dates in March with him. I'm going to be at Side Splitters in early June, like 3 through 6. And dude, I'm just in town working a ton. Just, so that's it.
Where are you going to be?
Where are you going to be?
Where am I going to be? Let me see. I am at,
you got to be something. Well, you're going to be in.
I'm in Jacksonville on February 2nd. I'm at St. Petersburg on February 3rd. On February 4th, I'm in Tampa, or St. Petersburg. And I'm in Orlando February 5th.
Nice.
Then I'm in Rockford, Illinois, February 25th, and Chicago, Illinois, February 26th.
It's going to be good, dude.
Yeah. And the Wiltern in Los Angeles, May 7th. Some fun dates. So, yeah, grateful you guys came in, man. Thanks for coming in and spending time today, man.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited about y'all getting out there and making people laugh, man. Y'all bring me a lot of joy, so thanks, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on of my past. And these rails that I've been riding on, they're worn so thin that they're damn near gone. I guess